Now, I've covered before how much I absolutely love Vanguard. I covered the Vanguard EX game on Switch with one of my friends who, honestly, had a blast making that video. But today I'm actually going to cover another Vanguard product that came out, which is Vanguard Zero upon the mobile. My thoughts upon it are actually quite limited due to the fact it's just only out, but I thought this deserved a bit of a review anyway. So here we go with actually looking at what Vanguard Zero is. Cardfight Vanguard, a series which I love, eventually released a mobile game called Vanguard Zero. This is actually okay to play, would you believe? It's set into different menus and, honestly, it feels like you're actually at the shop in the anime. This game's meant to mimic and be something similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links in a lot of senses. You have your hub with many different tabs and go into different screens, being able to purchase and upgrade decks, along with fighting many characters that are well known throughout the franchise, alongside actually looking at events that are happening that are specific to certain clans, and in general just going through a story. The old plot is very simple. You basically duel until you become a champion. That's it. It's a lot more complicated later on when it comes to Season 2, etc., but right now, the game only seems to follow the first plot, and goes to a certain level where you fight Ren Shigemori. Honestly, it's a great way of doing it, but you can only access certain points of the story by getting to different grades. How do you get to different grades? It's by completing different objectives. For example, completing certain episodes of the story, winning against certain characters on difficulties, and fighting so many times, or in rank fights, etc, etc. It has that many different goals. Mostly 3 goals at a time, I find, but after a while you get rewarded. The rewards vary from tokens, coins, even basically gacha tickets. They're actually pretty cool and give incentive to actually complete very quickly or as well as you can. All the characters are all based on that live 2D models, which is pretty cool to watch considering, my avatar is Korin, I've got Misaki, I've got Shin, I've got all these wonderful avatars in the shop. Makes me actually feel like it's part of the anime and I'm actually playing a live anime itself. Dueling, however, is very different from what it is from the actual card game. To quickly list a few of the differences, there are no grade 0 cards. They're done away with. You only get one grade 0 card, which is your starting Vanguard. So it means your triggers have to be your grade 3s. These can range from heal, stand, draw, and critical. These are additional effects that can get plussed onto the field at a certain point in the game. However, when revealing triggers through the certain means, instead of going to your hand, they now go to your drop zone. And any other drive checked cards now go back into your deck. Perfect guards are now used on your last damage, and if you are going to be killed in that damage, not when and how you feel like. However, certain monsters such as Blaster Blade, Soul Saver Dragon, Brutal Jack, CEO Atamirasu, Dragonic Overlord, these all have wonderful snippets from the anime showing them being summoned to the field. It's actually quite reminiscent of similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you summon a really well-known monster such as Black Magician of Chaos, Exodia, etc. You do get to fight your favorite characters from the shows, whether it's Toshiki Kai, Aichi Sendo, etc. You do get to fight them. It's actually quite cool to actually interact with these characters and get to fight them, but you're not fighting as a specific avatar like you would say like from the Tag Force series from Yu-Gi-Oh! You're fighting as that character using your variant on that deck. For example, I use Royal Paladin, so I'm playing as Aichi using my Royal Paladin deck. It takes the personalization kind of out of it. Creating a deck's not that bad either. To be fair, you can go in and actually look at each card, personalize your deck as you see fit, or you can click auto build and it'll give you the best version of that deck that you can have. If you don't have the right cards, you can try and go into the gacha. The gacha is very random, it's very unforgiving as well. Just by going into the shop and hitting on the gacha, you're taken to the wonderful screen where it shows you a very awesome booster pack intro. Meanwhile, you're getting 3 choices. You can go for 50 stones, which is only using paid gems, which is a bit of a pain because look at Dragon Ball Legends. They have a discount for one of their gacha pulls. That's pretty cool because it's 20, but after that it's back to the normal 100. Meanwhile, this is going, yeah, you only get the discount for one day. if you paid this many, which is trying to incentivize the player to pay for the deal. Then you got the 100 gems, which is your average. Then you can pay 1 gacha ticket per booster for how many ever gacha tickets you're able to accumulate. Upon getting a booster, you are given a lovely summoning screen. The Vanguard circle will flash in different colors, depending upon if you're able to pull someone lucky. For example, blue is just all commons effectively. Yellow is, there's a foil in there, maybe a double R, which is a rarity higher. And then if it goes kind of rainbow, as far as I know, that is triple R. If you have 4 of a card, it gets crushed down to the material. Depending upon the rarity depends upon what material it gets crushed into. If it's common, it's crushed right into just the lowest material possible. Rare, depending upon the clan type, it gets crushed into a gem of that type. And there are 3 gems per clan of different rarity types. Which means when it comes to later on with these materials, you can craft different cards depending on how much material of that you have. The last thing I want to talk about is the My Room. It's a personal wee space where you can customize a small area for people to come and see and make it look like your own personalized space. This is pretty cool because in my one I've got 4 of the main cast, which are just walking around a lovely room. But it's a nice wee diversion from the actual card fighting, especially when you get enough coins to buy certain items around the room to customize it to your personality. There you have it, Vanguard Zero. It's a good game for what it does. It's really great for what it's trying to achieve. I hope that you can enjoy it while playing, but it's also one of those things I will warn, like I did with Budokai, do not invest money unless you are going to go create a YouTube channel, dedicate your time to it and become a whale and all that crap. Play it for fun, like I have been doing. I've been playing it for fun for a good couple of weeks now, and I've managed to max out the amount of rarities I can have other than the big main cards, because the pull ratio is like insane for that for some reason. And I've gone through quite a substantial amount of the plot already from the story mode, along with doing online battles, etc. Hopefully this has shown you what fun you can have and what is there to be seen. The future of the game might be better, and who knows, one day I might come back to it and just show off what can be and what has evolved and changed. But right now, I'd suggest if you're going to pick it up for fun. Pick it up for a game to play and kill the time right now. It's one of those games that you can just play and put down with meh. Other than that, I hope you have enjoyed. Catch you around for the next one. Thank you for watching, people, and honestly this was a fun video to do. I love Vanguard and everything for it. It's one of the very few rare card games I'll still collect to this day and still like to play. I am actually looking forward to playing when I get out of lockdown. The Zero has been a great way of distracting me. However, if you like the stuff I do, check out the playlist of videos. We're coming close to the end of Season 1. Next month is May. We've got a really good video I've already worked on, and it's 90% done already. Way too much time on my hands. Continue with that. If you want to check out quick little reviews, I got a 3-minute review. They are easy to find. They just quickly talk about a game for 3 minutes. Whether or not I'll come back to them on a later date, who knows. And if you want something very serious, talking about depression and how it affects me and how I find ways of coping and ways of helping and just my day-to-day things, and hopefully it's a series that has helped people or will help people, go check I'm Okay. It's a series I don't know how much longer it's going to last, but it's going to be something. Thank you very much, people, for watching, and catch you around for the next one.